Way citizens, what up? It's the movie junkie DB. And if you remember this morning, we started talking about relationships. And she's been in some films that touch on the topics such as Love and Basketball, Brown Sugar, and of course, the Best Man franchise. She got bit by a vampire and gave birth to the Daywalker Wesley Snipes in Blade. She tried to kill Denzel Washington in Out of Time. She was a badass in Alien vs. Predator. She even earned a Tony Award nomination for her work in the Broadway play A Raisin in the Sun. Her talents were passed down from her parents, Eleanor and Stan Lathan, who helped open a lot of doors for people working today in entertainment. She's here to talk about her role in the new series Hit and Run, available now on Netflix. Welcome her back, citizen of Sway in the Morning, Sanaa Lathan.
Hey!
Yeah, good morning.
Hey.
Hey, Sanaa, this Sway. What's up? How you been?
Hi, Sway.
Hey.
I've been really good. I've been great. How you been?
I've been excellent, Sanaa. I mean, I just came back from the Bay. Considering all the circumstances, and we're starting to break through. I got a chance to take my 96-year-old grandmother out to lunch yesterday. She hasn't been out in a while, and in Oakland, California. It landed today. I said I got to catch my red eye because Sanaa is on the show tomorrow. I don't want Heather and Tracy to have all the fun.
And plus I feel like, Sanaa, this is what's up, it's Heather. Plus I feel like Sway's voice just changed.
Yeah.
It
went up a notch.
Yeah, it went up a notch. He was all rugged and rough this morning talking about Nas, and now here, I'm like, who is this person on the phone right now? Sway, knock it off.
Sway.
Yeah.
I love it.
Sanaa, I'm just trying to give you my best me.
Right.
That's all that is, Sanaa.
And let's not bring up why you single. Why again, Sway?
Sometimes, Sanaa, I'm single, Sanaa. Just thought I'd throw that out there. But sometimes, folks, when you're in a situation, it might not be their time. It might not be their season to be able to identify what's in front of them. So they may not appreciate the package they have. And so,
Exactly.
and that's why I'm single, Sanaa. You get that, right?
I get it. Sometimes you just have to date yourself. You know what I mean?
There it is. We
Hey.
spoke about that too.
Yep.
Date yourself.
You know what I mean? Sometimes that's the healthiest thing to do.
Mm-hmm. Date yourself. How do you date yourself? You've dated yourself, obviously. Where did you take you?
How do you date yourself? Well, I think it's about just, the problem with, I think, a lot of relationships is that people don't really know themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you're in a relationship with another person and you don't know yourself, how can you give anything that's true and authentic to that other person, right? So I always tell people, all my young, little mentees and younger sisters, sorry, I just ran and got my dog and put her in the room so she wouldn't bark, so I'm out of breath. I always tell them they should, it's not always about being in a relationship when you're growing up. Sometimes you got to just sit in solitude, sit with yourself, get to know who you are, what you really want, because there's a lot of noise coming at us through societal propaganda, beliefs, all of that. And sometimes you just have to, everybody is different, and everybody has to find out who they are so that they can attract the best out of somebody and also choose what they really want. A lot of times people they're just kind of going with the program and not really going with who their authentic self is. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes
Yes,
sense.
indeed.
You could have been. It sounded like you was right with us this morning on the show. You need to do radio, Sanaa.
Oh, really? I
Boom.
missed
Yeah.
it. I'm gonna have to listen back.
Okay, that's what's up. Sanaa Lathan is here. It's interesting because this series on Netflix called Hit and Run. Yo, you've been picking some great projects, Sanaa. Salute to you. You know what I mean? Some rappers are dope rappers, but they pick whack beats. You know what I mean? So it don't work out. Right. And some actors are dope actors, but they be in whack projects. But you be picking some good ones. And I'm gonna stay in this conversation. The part of the premise of this Netflix series is the character you play, your old boyfriend. Your ex-boyfriend, your ex-lover comes to you for help because something tragic happened to a member of his family. I won't tell everything. I want folks to go out and watch it. And it made me think, even as we talk about this, and you decided to help him out. You decided to, what do you need?
Yeah.
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 Is that real? Is that realistic? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Is that realistic? Well, this is the thing. You have to. Naomi, I play Naomi, who is a really brilliant journalist who works for New York Magazine, and she's at a stage in her life where she is feeling very frustrated in her job. She's kind of hit a glass ceiling, and she's trying to get to the next level in her job. She's hit a stagnant place in her marriage, and she's just not feeling satisfied. She's wanting something. And so then in comes this ex of hers from 20 years ago. There's like nothing really going on. But he wants her to help him solve this murder. And as she because she's an investigative journalist, as she kind of goes on the path of solving the murder, she gets hooked. And she can't let it go because, one, she's a journalist and that's her job and that's what she loves to do. But two, it could help her get a story that takes her through that glass ceiling. And because her husband has, they're at a place in their marriage, they've been together for a long time and they're not, it's just that kind of stale place. She's not really making him a priority. She's not, she's putting her career first. And so, Yeah. It's juicy. There's layers. Y'all gotta,
It's juicy. It's thrilling. It's a lot.
And it's great. It's a lot. The guys will love it too. There's a lot of action and a lot of gruesome, bloody fight scenes. I had to turn my head, but it's really well done. I really had a great time shooting it.
Hit and Run, you guys, on Netflix. Heather, for X for 20 years ago called you. How likely is it that you're going to help an ex?
No. My Scorpio sets in immediately. I'm always what you want. No.
Exactly. That's Naomi. That's not me.
Oh,
right.
Okay. That's not you.
Just to be clear.
Don't get it twisted. I'm an actress. This is what I do for a living.
Dude, I did want to ask Sanaa, though, when Sway, he said that you're picking great roles. Just watching your career, and I know you've done like a lot of different projects, but I was just wondering, and you probably can't talk about a lot of stuff, but are you also, as much as you're doing stuff on screen, are you also like just like pulling that lever and throwing the hammer down to do stuff behind the camera, like producing, directing, like
absolutely
dope. That's dope.
Actually,
okay.
I'm about to direct my feature debut now. It's called On the Come Up. It's by a great novel by Angie Thomas of the same name called On the Come Up, about a 16-year-old freestyle rapper who is kind of a coming-of-age story and about her finding her authentic voice. It's a beautiful script.
That's dope.
And I'm directing it. She wrote, Angie Thomas. Yes. Angie Thomas wrote The Hate U Give. Did you guys see the Hate U Give? It was out a couple of years ago. It was a great movie. And anyway, so we'll be shooting that later this year. Over the pandemic, I shot a short in my house with my dog. And so I'm definitely getting behind it. It's just a natural progression. I think after being on set your whole life, it's like you wind up realizing. I think I had a rude awakening several years back when I worked with like 3 directors in a row where I was helping them. I was on set helping them with the directing. So it's like, okay, now it's time for me to step into that, that role as well.
I love it. Sanaa Lathan.
But acting is my first love, yeah.
And shout out to George. Yeah, George Tillman Jr. Is a good friend of ours, Sanaa. When The Hate U Give came out, we definitely had him on the show. We had Amanda Stenberg on the show, Regina Hall.
Yeah.
That's a great movie. Great movie, The Hate U Give. Sanaa Lathan is here. Rich Nice is on the line. He won a Tony with your dad. Rich, DB, Tracy.
Hi, Rich.
Hey, how are you, Sanaa?
I'm doing good, thank you. You good?
How's Kendaji?
Oh, he's so good. Kendaji is my brother. He's an amazing DJ, and he DJ'd on that show, but he's like a DJ out here working. And the pandemic, was rough for DJs because obviously Except for D Nice.
Right.
Except for all these things except D Nice. But it was rough because, obviously there were no parties, but he's, now that things are opening up again, he's busier than ever. So I'm really happy for him.
That's amazing. Working with your dad and Tendaji was fantastic. It's like I have a new brother, and I'm your brother now. It's like your dad adopted me basically. So it was great.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. Being that, when I first met your dad, it was 1984, Beach Street at the Roxy. I was an extra. I cut junior high school to go to that. About 15 of us cut junior high school to go to the Roxy for the Beach Street taping in 1984. So now that you're about to do your sort of your first hip-hop film directorial debut, are you going to ask him certain, things about just directing hip-hop from a perspective of that was so new when he did it?
Yeah, I mean, he's funny because he's such a Philly. He's like a Philly dad. He's just very it's very interesting because with his kids, he's very very loving, very supportive, but he kind of lets us do our own thing. You know what I mean? He kind of comes from that old school mentality of so none of us have really ever really, or at least I have never really worked with him. I hope that I get the chance to work with him. But he was so excited when I got the job. And the first thing he did say, though, was he's like, you've got to take care of yourself because it is going to be, people don't realize how demanding directing is, how it's just in terms of energy levels and, just being the center of a production, you got to just really be on point with yourself because you're holding it down for a lot of people. So to me, that was great advice. And I'll be going back to him, definitely.
Okay, Sanaa Lathan is here. I just like saying your name, Sanaa. That's a Swahili name. What does it mean again? Shiny? What's your name mean?
It means work of art in Swahili. It's also Arabic. It's a city in Yemen. I found out not too long ago. Okay. But my parents, they were Eleanor McCoy and Stan Lathan back in the 70s, and with the whole rediscovering your African roots and the Black movement back then, they were given African names. So my mother's name was Eleanor, but she was given the name Sanaa, and so when she had me, she gave me the name Sanaa.
Oh, okay.
That's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Powerful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
You know what I'm reminded of? Listening to you, Sanaa, you have truly built a reputation where it doesn't matter if you are front of camera or behind camera. If your name is attached to a project, people trust it just off the rip. So I want to congratulate you for that.
That makes me so happy.
Yeah, because
I love hearing that. Thank you.
A pattern like that takes a lot of work to be known for consistent quality. And I'm curious, as a Black woman, is there a difference in, I don't know, maybe the way you celebrate a project or view its value when you do a film like Hit and Run that's not centered on you being a Black woman? You know what I mean? The fact that you're Black is just normal and isn't highlighted really, versus say something like Nappily Ever After or The Best Man, you know what I mean? Where our identity of being Black is such a centerpiece. Is there a difference in the way you view it?
Well,
or celebrate it?
For me, it's a project by project thing, there's a lot of, I've been very intentional about the kind of things I want to do. And really it comes from my gut. If I have a high taste level, I don't like to watch a lot of stuff. I either watch reality TV or I watch great things. You know what I mean? There's nothing in between. And so for me, in terms of at this point, there's a lot of no's, and that's hard to do sometimes when you don't know what's next. So there's a lot of faith involved. For me, it's can I sit down and read a script cover to cover without getting up, without going on social media, without getting on a phone call? Does it make me feel something? Is it something that I would want to see? So it's never about, is this about any particular subject or I want to play this role? It's really a gut kind of emotional feeling when I read the script. And, sometimes those are few and far between. Sometimes you just got to, ride it out and wait and work on your own projects. And so, but to hear that is just that compliment about that stamp, it means so much to me because, being in this business your whole life, it's not for the faint of heart. There's a lot of work that goes on behind a lot of rejection, all of that. So thank you.
You're so welcome. So welcome.
This is such a great conversation, guys. DB.
There comes that voice again. Exactly.
I love that voice.
Thank you, Sanaa.
Oh, man, we in trouble.
Make it a sweeper. DB, you want to jump in there?
Yeah, Sanaa, since you just talked about like the good and the bad and the stuff you have to accept with being in the business for a long period of time, I'm sure you read about some of the criticism that Simone Biles got for taking time to focus on her mental health. Do you see a parallel with actors who step away from the business for the same reason, like Cameron Diaz, who retired and said she doesn't even miss performing, or like a Kit Harington who said he needed to take a year off after Game of Thrones ended? Yeah,
and then triple all of that stress when you're a woman and you're Black. Come on now. I mean, it's no joke. I think life right now in this world that we live in is hard for everybody. It's tough on people's mental. I don't think we talk about that enough. So when somebody like Simone Biles does, prioritize her mental health on a large scale as a Black woman, that is so important to us as a community because of everybody, we're the ones who are bearing a huge psychic burden, just being, Black in America. And so for me, I have to, in order for me to be here still, I've had so much help in terms of, when I was in my 20s, I had like a Black woman spiritual mentor who got me through 10 years of the business. And then I went on and I had a life coach. Now I have a therapist that I talk to, and we have to destigmatize all of that, especially in this world of social media and COVID, and really, own that we need to take care of our minds the way we take care of our bodies. It's cool to go to the gym. It's cool to have a trainer. You can go on YouTube, but we really need to get the mind. If you don't have your mind, you don't have anything. So.
Yeah.
Big facts.
Yeah, I'm proud of her for doing that. And then who's the tennis girl? The other young
Naomi Osaka.
Naomi did it too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which is amazing. Yeah.
These young ladies are
We
powerful.
have to be able to see that. Yes.
They're powerful. That's this generation, and they get empowered by people like you, Sanaa. So we got some people on the line that really want to talk with you. I always make a promise, and as soon as I do that, whenever you come on, a bunch of guys call. So I'm going to let them Dontrell, what up, man? Let me hear your voice. Make sure your voice is right. You got Dontrell on the line.
Hey.
What's going on? Hello, everybody. How y'all doing?
Give her your Sanaa voice, Dontrell.
Hey, Dontrell.
Hello, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm going to let you know. First of all, let me say I'm a first-time caller, long-time listener to Sway, and I just need you to stop flirting with her because I'm trying to make her my girl. You understand me?
Oh, my bad.
Well, what's happening?
I'm not even flirting, Dontrell. I'm just appreciating her. I'm not even flirting. Go ahead, man. My bad, dog. It's all you.
It's good, but I just want to let you know that I have a big celebrity crush on you, and I would one day like to meet you. I am trying to be an actor myself. I have been, performing in a couple of stage plays in Atlanta. But when I hit the scene, I at least want to do something with you one of these days.
Well, we're going to be shooting in Atlanta later this year, so you never know.
Ow.
Ooh.
Okay, that's
Wow.
I got to get in there. How can I get in?
Nah, that part you got to figure out, Dontrell.
You need an agent, bro. Go get an agent.
Citizen, no. I
Sway in the
got
morning.
you. Tried to kick me off.
Holla at your agent.
How can I get in there? Armand on the line from Chicago. What up, Armand?
Hey.
Hey, how you doing?
Grand Rising.
Hi, Armand.
Now, I'm smiling from ear to ear. One of the most beautiful women. And when I see Quincy, I'm still going to punch him in the mouth for pushing you down.
Hilarious. Thank you.
No, just an amazing actress, and anything you do, I love it. So I can't wait. And you're doing a movie about hip hop, so I can't wait for the project.
Thank you. That means a lot. Thank you.
That's what's up.
No, thank you. Keep blessing the world with your greatness.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Man, our guys, man, we got, first of all, Sanaa, we got the illest guys that tune into this show. They super dash, they stand-up men, they got jobs, they got hope, they walk in faith. But, man, they bringing their game this morning, Armand. Hey, man, salute to you, man. I hear your voice. You a citizen. Come on.
Sway in the morning.
Wow. Man, they bringing their game. Listen, Sanaa, first of all, thank you for being on the show. Congratulations. On Hit and Run. Citizens is on Netflix. Check it out. It's really great. And then as you're working on this next project about this young lady who's discovering her voice in hip-hop through freestyling, you realize right now we have one of the most iconic lyrical women to ever pick up the mic on this show, the one and only Heather B. So if you need, if you need some counsel, you want to put her on as a consultant, put her in the movie. She's done big screen movies as well. I think it would be a right fit, Sanaa. I'm not joking. Ask Kandaji, ask your brother.
You're good.
Huh?
Okay, I will. You're a good agent. I love that.
Thank you. And then Heather comes with me. She comes with.
Aren't you forgetting something this way?
Here come the fine print. Sway.
What's that?
What you got? I thought Sway was gonna say something.
I mean, I won a Tony Award with her dad on Broadway for doing music. Wouldn't you want someone to come and help assist with the music as well? I mean, your Virgo brother.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, well, listen, I came up on this call today.
Okay, yeah.
Y'all really making Sanaa practice her SAG card right now. Sanaa, you ain't got to commit to none of this stuff. It's fine.
And then Sanaa, Heather's on this show. She got her own show on Urban View and Fly. So Sirius XM Fly.
Okay.
So if you put her in the movie, you get all kind of promotion. Look how we working right now. Come on,
I
Sanaa.
love it.
Stop playing.
I love it. I love it.
Anyway.
I love it.
Okay. But congratulations
Yes.
on all your success. And I want to end the interview with something really special. I want to take them back to 2015. There was a song called Emotional.
All right. Thank you guys so much. Have a great week.
Okay, you take care, Sanaa Lathan. Okay, give a round of applause. This is Emotional featuring Dage Loaf with Sanaa Lathan.